Order in the court, please.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. This is a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It looks like it's being reduced to a first,
It is, Judge.
right? So now you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. But what you need to understand still in the eyes of the law, this is number 2.
Even though the charge is reduced, the court still treats this as a second offense. One more DWI, and he's staring at 2 to 10 years in prison. Do you think the law should always consider past mistakes?
And if you pick up another one, you'll be facing a third, and a third, you're facing up to 2 years in prison. Up to 10 years in prison, minimum of 2, maximum of 10. If I were you, even if you've had a freaking sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you're taking a humongous risk. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All officers look, if you smell funky and then they look at your record, that's all they care about. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
For you to complete this, you're entering into a probation with us. It's going to go on your record. This is a straight probation. And for you to complete it successfully, you must do a repeat offender DWI education class. 2 victim impact panels, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, they might. It could be intensive outpatient treatment. It could be supportive outpatient treatment. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal. So if you were pulled over in a car and you take a breath, an officer asks you to take a breath test, you have to do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Substance abuse treatment, $100 one-time donation to MAD, no drugs, no alcohol, and a guardian interlock. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will send it you to the agreement. What do you do in life, Mr. Thompson?
Bartending at a hotel.
Ugh, that's not good.
Judge, he's been on Interlock for almost a year now. Portable device, blown 3 times a day. He hasn't had one failed test.
Right.
He has, yeah, so he's been doing very well.
My only issue is that temptation is so high when you work in that kind of environment. You know, when you work in the restaurant industry, everyone tends to booze it up. You just got to be very careful, you know. For the next 18 months, you're on paper. You can't do anything. You end up drinking. I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out here, and we're going to talk. And it's possible I sentence you and put you in jail for 6 months. You understand?
I understand. Yes,
But
sir.
the most important thing is that for the next 50 years of your life, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car and drive because you're going to get hosed. If you thought it was expensive now, wait till you get to felony court. Everything quadruples in cost, time, everything. So what about the fee?
Fine.
Yeah.
For the, on probation?
No. There's a supervisory fee for the DPS surcharge. It's a $6,000 fee.
Attached to a probation? I thought that was only for a straight conviction, Judge. On a jail time.
It is a conviction.
On a jail time conviction. The state traffic funds for a jail time conviction.
Show me. But from what I understand, with this kind of case, there's a $6,000 surcharge that we're supposed to tack on.
I
The DPS
was
surcharge.
under the impression that the
Show me otherwise. And I
mandatory
won't.
license suspension.
When what they've told me on convictions here, when you plead to a DWI, there's a surcharge. On a first, it's $3,000. On a 15 with a first, it's $4,500. On a second DWI, it's a $6,000
So
surcharge.
technically, because this is charged as a first,
Right. No, you're right. It's 3,000. Is this a 15?
is it a what? How's it flip?
Yeah, it is. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
Yes, Your Honor.
So true to that enhancement then? Yeah. Okay. So find me that it's not true. Otherwise, I'm, just show me. All right, just take a seat for me. We'll be back.
Looking at that, be right back.
Owen. Hi.
Judge, we have an arraignment from Court 6
Okay.
that we, he's a Spanish speaker and we have an interpreter here. The case number is 254 4648.
Por favor, conteste a voz alta.
De La Paz.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Mr. De La Paz, you are charged with driving while intoxicated.
I'm so sorry.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Mr. De La Paz, you are charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. It's also alleged that you had a breath alcohol of a 0.15 or above.
Sorry, the punto más
Shh.
5.
Quiet!
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On December 23rd, 2024, the officer observed a stalled vehicle with the defendant behind the wheel asleep at an intersection. The defendant had his foot on the brakes, and the vehicle was on and in drive. The officer observed 2 beer bottles in the center console, one half empty.
Drinking
And the-
while driving.
The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, watery eyes, slurred speech, and swaying. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 4 out of 6, one leg stand 2 out of 4, walk and turn 5 out of 8. The DIC was read, and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.159 and 0.153.
Mr. De La Paz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand? I don't care if you school, groceries, work, kids. I don't care. You drive, you will stay with me, possibly for a very long time. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, it's very possible they put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
I'm also ordering you, as a condition of your bond, not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to put a Scram ankle monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. You consume alcohol, into jail you will go. No more PR bonds for you. We need to do the guardian interlock paperwork. Is there someone here from Court 6?
I don't know what their schedule is, but they're pretrial officers to be here.
Is Shelby here today?
Caitlin's covering.
Caitlin? Okay.
That's why I asked them if they had stuff.
So, Owen.
Judge, their pretrial officer came in and I saw her talking.
Yes, I wrote down the conditions. I'm gonna create a document, send it over to 6 News, and then we're gonna do everything.
Mr. De La Paz, let me make something abundantly clear to you. I am now entering paperwork and I'm sending this Guardian Interlock paperwork to Austin, and I'm filing it with the Texas Department of Public Safety. Every single officer in the state will know that you were required and not allowed to drive a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock. If you were caught driving a vehicle,
The judge just made official. Every officer in Texas will know this man needs an interlock. If he's caught driving without it, it's straight to jail. No questions asked. Should this kind of full exposure be standard for repeat offenders?